Hello. Hi. Hello. Music is going? Okay, good. So you're not left in silence. It's not going. It's muted. What is this? I'm so sorry. Ugh. Hello, Miss Mystery XK. I'm not sure. Mr. X? Mr. X is cool. I'm calling you Mr. X. I hope that's how you pronounce your name, because that's how I pronounce your name. Hi. Um, I don't know if you were here. I want to turn this down because that's actually kind of loud. I don't know if you were here last stream. Probably not, since that was your first time chat. Hello. Mystery. Oh, okay. That's cool. Very cool. Um, last stream, at the end of it, I was, like, idly chatting, like, trying to figure out why I can't see through walls. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like there should be a frequency of light that is high enough that it can get through any wall and then only drop in energy enough to fall within the visible spectrum. So I don't see why I can't see through walls. So I'm figuring out why. The plan is to code in Scratch because it's object-oriented programming, and I don't know how to do that in Python just yet. So I'm gonna code in Scratch, basically electrons absorbing light and then emitting it out again, so that we can figure out. Yes, but also, but some light can get through. Like, radio waves, Wi-Fi and stuff can get through walls, even though they're so dense. So it's like, why can't all of them? You know? Ugh, I'm. I mean, I like this music. Again. Some light frequencies are smaller and some larger. You mean like wavelength or? Yeah, I feel okay. Because the thing is, um, okay, so light is electromagnetic waves, right? So when light goes into an electron, that excites the electron and makes it act more energetic, I guess. So the movement of that electron creates more light, like it releases light before it drops back down to its original energy, right? That's why you get the photoelectric effect where you shine UV light on something and then electrons shoot off because those electrons are excited and then get disconnected from the atom that they were previously on. But if they don't get shot off, once you get rid of the light, they'll eventually release light and then drop back down to their original energy. That's what I'm trying to do in terms of we hit electrons with light, they get excited, shake a bunch, release light to drop back down to their original energy, and then that changes through the wall, right? Because once it goes into the electron, it will once it goes into the electron, it'll be shot out at a lower frequency because moving the electron itself took some energy, so the light that is released is going to have less energy than the light that came in. So I can, like, obviously, the density of the wall is how many electrons that light is going to hit before it can get through the wall. But presumably, if the light is high enough frequency or high enough I guess short enough in wavelength, it would hit an electron, be released at a it would have enough energy to chain through all the electrons to come out with enough energy to be visible. Maybe. At the end of the day, it is totally possible that it's just the amount of energy that would require would be incredibly energetic light. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It might just be a nuke. You know what I mean? That maybe, probably. I would sit, maybe not safe. I feel like that should be. Well, no, it's not. It should not. I will show you. I will show you what I'm trying to do. Here, I want to be able to hear my music. Let me hear my music, please. I don't think it will. That sucks. Anyway, if you will join me over to here, where we are in Scratch. Hold on, I gotta change this so that I can still see chat. Yeah, stop being a jerk. Here. Okay, that's affecting you guys, so I can't do that. I have to shrink it down like this. Give me a second. Like that. Yeah, this is going beyond raycasting. It's acute radiation poisoning. There we go. And then I can shrink this down like that. Right? Yes. Okay. Unreal Engine, more like unreal amounts of radiation. Okay. Trying to get it so I can still see chat without. Okay, we'll just go like this. This is fine. Okay. So, what I'm zoomed out. I can't see. Boom. Oh, right. Do this. Booyah. There you go. That's. I keep forgetting to press the transition button. That's, I think, better. So what I'm thinking, I think I can actually. I'll go into backdrops and put a note here to put the plans. So, what I'm thinking, right? In this, we will have electrons and photons. Yeah. Boom. Electrons and photons. Right? The electrons will kind of just sit there. If anything, maybe like move around a bit. I don't know. But the photons are going to be, I guess, electrons. I guess when hit by photons. Rather, thank you. When hit by photons, electrons will release. Is it? I haven't tried that, actually. Hold on, I'll try. There's application, browser, color source, display capture, game capture, window capture, media source, scene, text, group, and deprecated ones. No, that's just the only one that I could think of that would do it would be either browser or game capture. I'm gonna try browser first. Test. Just call it test. So then, what? Could I do this? Boom. Would that work? Yeah. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try the other thing. We're gonna try the other thing. This is fine. Oh, it actually did work. Look at this. It worked, but it's not working exactly. You can see this, but it's not. I don't think it has permission to see inside of it because, and I don't know if I can log in on it. Give me a second. Yeah. Okay. Get rid of this. Delete. There you go. Okay. If we do add source game capture, scratch, specific window, but games built on Chromium cannot be. I see. That's also not working. What did I even call that? Scratch? Yeah, get rid of that. Get out of here, Stinko. Stinky doo-doo fart face. I have no clue. I think there's a Scratch desktop thing, but I don't know. Here, let me check. Scratch desktop. Bum 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 bum. I guess it. Oh, well, I'm gonna trust this one. Download the Scratch app. Hello, yes. Windows. This one. This one. There you go. That's downloading. Okay. In the meantime, I will continue writing here, and while that downloads, and then we'll switch over. Get out of here. Okay. Electrons will release lower energy photons. And then photons will travel. That's not how you spell that. Travel in one direction in a sine wave. The frequency of the sine wave will be representative of the energy of the thing. And the reason I do that is because I'm thinking, right, the reason that lower frequency light like radio waves can get through walls is because their wavelength is so small that the amount of area that they touch is just low enough for it to get through a wall. Like if you think of it like a rectangle, yeah, say like this node is a rectangle that is all of the area that the photon goes through. The lower energy it is, the less of this area it touches. But if it's higher frequency, it touches more of it. And so that just means it's a higher chance of hitting an electron. So in that case, presumably, yeah, in that case, you would presumably see that lower energy light can get through more stuff because it interacts with less space. Okay, this. Okay, makes sense? I'm glad. Okay, good. I'm making sense. This is good. Thank you. I have, this is a, what, that. Thank you. I thank you. I'm not good at taking compliments, so I don't really know what to say. But this is a temporary PNG thing because there is like a humanoid, or I guess human, just human. Oh, like, man, I'm realizing that I don't know, maybe I need to slow down, but I'm talking pretty slow, I think. Okay, there is another model that looks more human that I do have, but it's not rigged yet. So once that is rigged, I will be able to use that. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with my... It's crazy how I talk so fast that I give myself a stutter without having any other reason to have a stutter. Yes. Dude, I'm begging OBS to allow me to hear my music because I'm so sure it's great. Oh, I found the button! I found the button! Hold on. Where is it? Music? Audio monitor? Tracks? Where is the stinking... Ah, yes. Monitor and input. Oh yeah, baby. I'm hearing my music now. It is very quiet, though. Oh, hello. Hello, Flash. Yes, I did. I made this. I'm not, I wouldn't, I'm not great at art, but I am good enough at looking at art to do bad art until my art looks good. So I made this, and I just paint, and I think it looks pretty cool. I gave him some glasses because I thought they would look nice. Okay, check this out. How's this? Does this work? Maybe... this? Oh yeah. Does this allow me to log in? What does this do? Sure, man. I don't really care. Okay, so you can't log in. That's fine. I wish I could... The issue is I want to have, like... If we zoom... There we go. I can also shrink this. Yes, I can shrink that so that I can make this bigger. And still see chat. There we go, because I'm looking at chat through OBS. So I have to have the thing be wide enough. There we go. Okay. Alright. Yes. So, we need... I guess we may as well just get into it. Because it's just going to be electrons and photons doing their stuff. How big are electrons relative to photons? That's a smart idea. Well, no, actually, because my phone is on 10% and I left my charger at home. So, I will do that next time. I will use my phone to see chat next time. But for now, I'm unfortunately stuck with OBS. Okay, we need to make an electron. Trust me, I'm a master at this because I've tried to make some kind of, actually, I think this big is fine. Maybe a little bigger. Do 15, mayhaps? 15 is good, I like 15. Okay, I've tried to make some kind of physics sim with fundamental particles the whole time, but then I run into issues because it's hard, man. Making clones interact with stuff is very difficult. Because clones interacting with clones, and that's the best way to do something that has like a bunch of particles. Because like if you have one sprite that is all versions of clones, then they have to detect when they're touching themselves, because that's what a clone is. A clone is them. So when they're touching a clone, they're touching themselves, but they're always touching themselves. So you basically just can't do that. Either that's fine. It's whatever. Zoom in. Oh, that's the scroll. Zoom in. Color, darker red. Like that. Perfect. You won't be able to see any of this detail in the actual thing. Oh! Wait, really? A photon is bigger than that's like the opposite of what I was expecting. 350 times smaller than a photon. What the heck? Okay. Well, we're just gonna ignore that and then say that we're fine. Because that's the best thing to do in science, as long as people's lives aren't in danger. It's fine. Fine. Everything is fine. There we go. Boom. 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 How's that? I think that's negative enough. And then... Dude, absolutely. Ultra-theoretical physics are my favorite kind of physics. It's the physics that I can do in my bedroom, walking around, because I think better when I walk. And not looking anything up. It's going entirely based off of my completely possibly incorrect knowledge. I don't use any sources. Okay, so, and then we need, I will call you Electron. Boom. And then make a new one. No, I want to draw this one. This one, Photon. Now, yeah, it's fine. I'm just gonna copy this and put that there. What should we use as the symbol? What should we use as the symbol for a photon? These are, again, symbols that nobody will see because they're too small. But, can I type gamma in this? Is a good question. Windows, period. A star is also a good idea. I'm gonna check if I can type gamma, because if I can type gamma, that would be very cool. Here's the language symbols. There you are. Give me my gamma radiation. I forgot what gamma looks like. I think it's just a Y. There's alpha, delta, presumably eta, beta. No, that's eta because it's an E. No. Which one's what? God! There's mu. There's the X. I think this... No, that's phi. You can't see what I'm seeing, probably. But I'm looking at a bunch of Greek alphabet letters, and I don't know which one is gamma. Is this gamma? Does it not even show up? That would be so funny if it just didn't show up. I don't know, the fill is just nothing. Make the fill black. Is this gamma? Because I'm looking at all of these, and I see a capital Y, but its lowercase is that. Where's... Oh, there it is! It's right there! There we go. We've got ourselves gamma. We will make you yellow. And probably change your font to look a little different. Oh! Isn't that lambda? come on. I thought that was lambda. That's slightly darker, like that. And then put that right there. Maybe a little smaller so it can center. There we go. Boom. You grab this, increase the brightness, outline, grab this. I'm gonna make it a little darker even. Same with you. Like that. We've got ourselves a photon. Okay, so now we need... I've realized something. If we have... Okay, we can't just do... I guess it would be what? When I start as a clone. Forever. Wait until... What? Touching... Photon? And then create clone of photon. This won't work, because if we create a clone of the photon, it'll touch the photon that it created the clone of. I don't know how would you go about... Okay, I have an idea. Okay. So. Wait until it waits until it touches the photon. Then it moves. Oh! Dang it, hold on. Okay, so, one thing, right? Yes, that's what I'm thinking. The only thing, direction. The photons have to have a direction, because technically, I'm pretty sure if the electron were to emit the photon, it would be in a sphere around it, right? It'd be like a three-dimensional wave. Except when you look at if you create a 2D plane where one electron is somewhere and the other one is somewhere else, it would always just look like a sine wave, is what it would look like. So, doing it as a sine wave should be fine, but I have to point that sine wave at the electron that it's going to. And that means I have to have the electron point at another electron, at its clone. The only thing I can think of to solve that is to create a list of the positions. But that would mean I need to do trigonometry to figure out where that is. I guess that's fine. Okay, I can... Okay, we can start, we can do this. When I receive new message, populate. Okay. Repeat. For now, we'll just say 10. And then you go to a random position. What am I thinking? Oh, go to a random position. I don't want to do a random position because I want to be able to... I decided to do this because I wanted to know why I can't see through walls. I'll be real with you, the idea that it would just take too much energy to make it through a wall did not cross my mind. But, you know... well, no, hold on. There should be more energy in the sun than there is in a nuke. So why is the sun not hitting me with nuke-worthy light, okay? I'm still concerned about this, actually. Pick random. The X will be a random between negative... We'll just say 30 for now, because I don't know how wide that actually is. Negative 30 to 30, and the Y can be any position. We'll just say... Dispensation? I can't... I cannot interpret that word to know what you could have possibly been trying to mean. So, dispensation. New favorite word, as long as it means dispensation. It disperses. Oh! Well, would it? Because the thing, okay. I mean, oh, you're right. Well, maybe. I guess, yeah, because if it's high enough energy to make it through a wall, it probably interacts with enough. Yeah, it probably interacts enough with the air to just diffract all over the place. Or diffuse? Diffuse? Is diffuse the right word? Disperse? I'm typing out letters into my number box. Negative, we'll just do negative 128. I think that's... Hey, that's not very cool of you. Get out of here, Stinko. I don't appreciate you doing your goofiness in my chat. My chat that is definitely... I don't even know, man. I don't know what I was going to say. I like robots, but not when they do advertising. I don't like when anyone does advertising. Even though I understand that people sometimes have to do advertising. I don't know. I just don't like ads. Blame YouTube. And then make a clone of yourself. And then I guess since it is just going to be run by the code, then I will have you show and hide so that you don't... Like this. So when I do this... Okay, you need to do that a lot more times. Yes! Don't advertise to Mystery, he's my chat. 20. Okay, I don't think that range is wide enough. I'm going to... What am I thinking? I'm gonna double it and give it to the next person. Like that. Does that double it? If I... It's 30 to 30. So then if I add 30 to both sides, I'm adding a total of 60. Which is 30 to 30. So yes, I am doubling it. Okay, cool. What? Are there too many clones or something? How do I... Oh, this. And then this. 1, 2, 3... What if I do this again? Where did the clones go before? I don't know where they went before. I don't know why they were gone. Also, maybe there needs to be more space between these. I don't know. It'll be fine. No, it won't. No, it won't. It fundamentally will not be fine. If I want them to be less dense, I need to give them more space and put less of them in it. So maybe if I do 10 instead of 20. How? You know, I'm not entirely sure what to do here. The photon, okay, I'm gonna make a block so that this can happen instantly, and call it emit. That's, how many M's are in emit? Is it just one? Yes, it is. And we'll just say angle from without screen refresh, like this. So what I'm thinking is it'll move forward by an amount, like for now we'll just say 10 steps, and then create a clone of the photon, and then move back. right? So it'll put down the photon in front of it, so it'll never touch the photon. I mean, technically it does, but it doesn't. Angle. What is angle here? Turn or face. Point and direction. Angle. Like this. Boom. So if I did like, if I said emit angle of 90. No, the photons are the yellow ones. The electrons are the red ones. Technically, I could make them blue because they're blue on me, but I've always seen them as red. I will... Should I make them blue? I'm gonna make them blue. I'm gonna make them blue for continuity. There. Hold on. That was the wrong one. There we go. Now the electrons are blue. So if I press emit 90, I have no clue where you are. So oh, what are the odds of that? It's right in front of the photon. But if I press emit, oh, I see. Okay. So when it creates a clone of the photon, that clone appears at photon and not at the thing that's creating the clone of photon, which I disagree with, but okay. How can I... Okay, then we just broadcast... What? What do you broadcast? Okay. Broadcast. Emit. You would broadcast emit, and then you have a variable, which is electron number, for this sprite only, so each clone is gonna get an electron number, so you set it to 0, and then change it to 1. Right, so now each electron is gonna have a different number, so then you set, I guess, what? I don't even know. Electron focus. Electron focus. The electron that you're focusing on. You set electron focus to your electron number so that when the... Oh wait, no, put that first. That way, so that when the photon receives emit, it will go to Actually, I guess in that case, we don't... Do we? We'll do a different thing. Rename this to electron X. I mean, I guess in terms of experience, I have been doing Scratch since, like, elementary school. I don't know what grade specifically, but my mom put me and my sister in this science camp thing for a summer, and they taught us Scratch, and I just kept doing it after that because I've liked coding. That also got me into coding in general, which was very cool. So, I don't know what grade it was. I don't know what grade it was, but I know that it was at least before, or at most before 5th grade, which would mean 10, 11, 12. Minimum 8 years. Minimum 8 years. Was it a summer thing? If it was a summer thing, then it's like minimum... I guess it's the end of summer, but I don't even know if the end of this summer is the end of that summer because they're being rude and squeezing all of their money from the from the stinking state government with their funding so that they could put all the children in school. So now summer is somehow 2 months, as if climate doesn't exist. Like I'm not gonna be. Well, I mean, I'm not. Well, I am, because I have to go back. So I am gonna be stuck here for. I'm gonna be stuck for a whole month inside of a building with a bunch of sweaty people because they decided to take off the last month of summer. But either way, yeah, minimum, I guess 9 years, because you would count the half year before 5th grade and the half year, not the half year, the summer before 5th grade and this summer, which is about to end. I'm so upset, but that's okay. So, Electron X, you just set it to your position, because this is, the movement is going to happen so fast that their position isn't going to be correct. So I need to set Electron X to your X position, and then Electron Y to your Y position. Like this. Thank you! I appreciate that. Actually, when I think about it, it's kind of cool how much I have the positions of the different blocks memorized. Ow! Electron number? I guess we don't care about electron number anymore, because you don't matter. We do care about the angle, though, so I do need to do that. Oh, yeah, I am. Yeah, I think I am. I am, but also in terms of using Scratch creatively, I don't know, because there's some things I kind of don't think of, and I guess you can't think of everything, so that's fine, but I tend to be fairly straightforward with my solutions to problems, instead of other ways. With doing the other ways, I would say it's more practical to be straightforward, in my personal opinion, but it also means that if I encounter future problems, I will have to come up with a new solution instead of being able to rework an old one. I don't know. What am I doing? Electron angle. Matter of fact, screw you. You get X, Y, and theta, because why not? Here's my theta. Somebody grab my theta. Language symbols. This one. There you go. Boom. Okay, and then set, I guess you would set electron, yeah, you would set electron angle to your direction. Theta to direction. Boom. Okay, so that gives the photon all the information it needs, because when you receive emit, you will go to electron X, electron Y, and point in direction, where? Point in direction electron theta. Then what? I guess, yeah, that's, then it creates a clone. So then I want to change. Can I change you to a broadcast and wait? Because I would rather. Yes, I want to change you to a broadcast and wait. No, stop it. Stop it. Thank you. Okay. So you do that. Then when you start as a clone, ooh, that means I also need electron energy. What's the symbol for energy? Is there a symbol people use for energy? I guess E, like capital E, like this. Sure, dude. Although I can do a cool symbol and use lambda, because I'm pretty sure that's representative of wavelength. So we'll do that one. Give me lambda. Whatever. Electron lambda, which technically means electron wavelength. What does electron have have a wavelength? I mean, I guess, because it's a wave particle thing, so it can have a wavelength. So, sure. And then I guess you would have your own variable for energy, because it takes the energy of that. I have hiccups for some reason. I don't know how, but I seem to develop hiccups randomly without even eating. Okay, so when you start as a clone, when I start as a clone, you need to forever. That's not where that is. Forever. Motion. Move. We'll just say 10 steps. Okay. Move 10 steps. And now the Y motion. I guess we just have... Can you have a we'll just have a personal time variable. Call it life. Yep, for this sprite only. So change life by... We'll do 1/10. Yeah, sure. And then... Huh. Okay, wait, so then I need you to move... I should be able to have it turn 90 degrees and then change and then move in sign of life, because life can go negative. Then I also need to multiply that by something because it's got to be bigger than that, but that's fine. Sign. I remember when I first looked at the math stuff in Scratch, and I didn't know what any of this means, but now I know what all of it means, and I think that's very cool. Sign of life. Would it be something times sign of life or sign of life times something? Sign of life times something is going to increase the frequencies, so I need to do times sign of life. Where is life? There. I don't know what to multiply this by. Let's just do 3. Just see what that does. Actually, no, because we'll do 10. Because obviously the max of that is... Oh. Yeah, I can see how that would be very traumatic for some people. Yeah. I think I've managed to use math outside of school enough for math to not remind me of school. And I think that's cool. Like, I think everything else is cool. Okay. We will do a test. I'm going to have an electron. I want you to show, for the sake of being able to see you. So, if I say emit 90... Oh, I don't tell it to turn back the 90 degrees. It just does that. Okay, hold on. Turn back 90. There you go. Okay, start over. Try again. Okay. Maybe increase that by to 100 just to be 10 times more. I've received a phone call from somebody, probably Sans Undertale. What do you mean? No, that actually does make sense. That makes sense. I'm gonna change that to be 1. Wait a second, no, I remember, I know why. The end goal of this simulation is to be able to shoot one of the electrons with a laser and then see how that, or shoot one of the electrons with a photon and see how that photon travels through the electrons to see if it can reach through the other side. I realize that we won't be able to have as many electrons as you would actually see, but we can fix that by increasing the amount that they decay per electron. And I think that'll be fine. Also, I forgot that Scratch is weird and stinky and uses degrees instead of radians, like sine of 90 is 1. Like, you actual heathen. So then that means I need to do life times pi over 180, I think? Yes. Right? And then I'm just gonna put as many digits of pi as I can remember. 3, that's a 5. 3.14159. And now I don't remember if it's 6253589. I'm gonna do 6253589. But I don't know if that 6 is a 6, or if it's something that feels like a 6, you know what I mean? It's gonna have to have the same amount of syllables, which is not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, so basically everything that isn't, okay. Because you can't use actual pi, so I like to be as correct as possible. They don't have a pi symbol, so I just may as well. It also helps me remember the digits of pi. Oh, I was right! Wait, no, was I? 3.14159. 6, 5. Okay, so there's no 2. 6, 5, 3, 5, 8, 9. Okay, no 2. Good. I was close. Alright, so now, if we do this, you should actually move in a sine wave. Did not. For why? Did this not work? Sine of... What is... Dang it, I'm forgetting sine. Sine... we'll just say 3.14. Should be about 1. It's not. It's about 0. Does that make sense? Yes. Yes, it does. So then half of that would be... 1.5 plus 1.55, 0.57. That should be good enough to be half. For the love of... Okay. Oh, wait, no, because I'm looking for an angle. So if I did 90, that would be about 1. No, it's not. What am I doing? I need to turn... Okay. I'm trying to convert... 90... How many... Okay. 180 times pi divided by 180 is pi, which makes sense. So that means I did do this correctly. I just don't... Is this just not doing anything? Maybe I'm delusional. No, it just has to be... It has to be... Maybe it's just too small of an increment. I know, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna try multiplying it by a number. That way, we just get bigger numbers. Like... Or maybe just increase that by a bigger number, so I have to do like that. 10 instead. Hey, that did something. There has to be... Okay, I'm gonna try to run through this with my head. So, you start as a clone. Move 10 steps forward. Increase life by 10, or whatever value by 10. Then turn 90 degrees, so if you were facing this way, you turn this way to be facing straight up. Then you'd move 100 times, which I'm gonna... 100 times sine, whatever the heck. Set this to 10. So your first step, you would move 0.3 steps. Second step, you would move 0.6? Poinsettia? Regretta? I'm gonna try just increasing this, and then we'll decrease the amount of steps. We'll make it slower, like that. So, and then double this again, and see if that does anything. It's evidently... Can this even be negative? Is it? Oh, hold on. Wait, no, because... I'm gonna try setting it to 1. I feel like 1 step is very small, but maybe that's enough. Okay, it's going up. But that's about it. Can this not be negative or something? Like, what about 90? 90 gives you 2 Wait. How is that 2? Wait, I don't understand. How is that 2? Sine doesn't go up to 2. Right, sine doesn't go up to 2. It does... That's 100 times that. I'm confused. If we do 180... Alright, give me a second. We're gonna go back into Opera. Transition. Hello. Look, we're going back into Opera because I need to use Desmos to figure out what the heck is going on. Desmos, why is this not working? It's supposed to be moving. We have 100 times sine of a variable, a number. Given that we're working in degrees. Let's set you to... I guess we'll set it to degrees because that's what Desmos or Scratch is doing. So if we do sine of x we'll do 100 times sine of x. That looks suspiciously like the angle that I'm looking at. Divided by 180 times pi. Am I... Hold on. X pi over 180. Change x to be like r or something so I can add a slider. R, okay. I see. Wait, how does that even make sense? Is it an angle thing? Wait, okay. No, it's not, and I've decided that it's not. I have no clue what I'm doing right now. If we change this to cosine, I'm just doing this to see what happens, just because I want to know. It disappears. Cosine doesn't exist in radian mode. Okay, or degrees mode. How do I do a sine wave in... How to make a sine wave in Scratch. Make sine waves in Scratch. You know, I'm trying my best not... Oh wait, go back down. Is there any way to make a sine wave? Sound? What do you mean, sound? Hope to create... Yeah, okay. Bye-bye, Stinko. Now we wait for this to load again so that I can go into the images and see if there's anything that gives me any amount of information because I don't feel like going through videos. Speed, amplify, blah blah blah. Sine waves for smooth movement. Hold on. Sine of timer times... What if we do Sign of Life. Again, just directly do Sign of Life. I doubt this will do anything, but also it's possible. It worked! Oh my gosh! It worked! Okay, 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 okay. Look, it's doing the thing! The only thing is we need to... we need to decrease this multiplier, say like 10 for now, and then we can change this to be... For now, we'll just do 1. So, it turns out I was overcomplicating it the entire time. That is a thing that I frequently do. Are you gonna fall back down, or what? No? Okay. Oh, yes you are. Just very late. Okay. Okay, so we need to... That's dependent on how fast we increase you. Oh, you're totally right. Yep. I keep forgetting to do that. Hey, look at this! Where was I? If I do this... Look at him go! Look at them go! Oh my goodness gracious! In all their shiny glory. The only thing is that it's not... For what I don't know why, but it doesn't seem to go down. Like, it goes up and down and whatnot, but it's starting as if it's... Does that make sense? If it's a sine wave. Sine waves start at 0, go up to 1, then drop to 0, then drop to -1. So then if that was motion, that would mean that I don't move a lot, don't move, oh, yeah, and then move backwards. Okay, so then I actually need to subtract 1 from this, so that when it hits 0, it's actually going -1? No, maybe not. Hold on. Okay. We're going back into Desmos, because that's easier to visualize math that way than instead of in my mind. Hi, Desmos. Hi, Desmos. Everybody say hi, Desmos. Okay, we have a sine wave. Switch back to radian mode. Sine x. Okay. Now, if we view this as motion, right? All of this is moving forward. Everything up here is moving forward. Everything down here is moving backward. So, I need to do... I'm going to try doing this. Sum starting at 0, going up to, just say 2 pi. Sine of n. What about x? Yeah, okay, wait. So if I'm gonna try subtracting 1. I'm just gonna try subtracting 1. I need to, eventually my brain will reorganize itself to make switching back normal. Okay, I'm gonna try just subtracting 1, see what that does. Electron, emit. Oh, no, that didn't work. It starts at -1. I assume if we add 1, then that's going to do the same thing, except in the opposite direction, where it just collapses into the sky. Yeah. So then we're going to maybe sine of life -1, which wouldn't make sense, or +1, you know what I mean. It's fine. Wouldn't make sense if this did anything different, but... I can't tell if it's working, or if this is just 2 groups. Let's see. Wait, there we go. No, okay. So, okay. It makes sense that it's doing this. In my brain, it makes sense that it's doing this because, I'm gonna go back to Desmos because I'm great at visually explaining things, not verbally. Okay, so all of this up here, all of this right here is forward motion. Then all of this is backward motion. These equal out because they are the same. If I wanted it to go forward and then backward instead of forward and then back to where it started, I would need this down here to be double this. Which means I need to... What does that mean? That means... We somehow... How do we do that? We need this to... Huh. We somehow need this to be less than this, or do something that is equivalent to that. Okay, what if I do... I don't know what things I can... Yes. I did... Hold on, I'll switch over to... stop! OBS. Obi-Swan Kenobi. Anyway. Okay, yes. Here, they go forward by moving. Life changes. So what do we do? What am I thinking, Brain? Brain, what are you thinking? We need the downward movement to be... Oh! No. Okay. So... What I'm thinking is we need sine at an angle, which maybe not. Maybe if we can find an easier way to do it, then maybe. But it's kind of like if we gave a slope to this. We would need to do that by changing x to the... If we say y equals x, just this is the line that we're trying to get our sine wave to ride. Then we have sine... Just sine. Oh, that's a G. What am I doing? I'm pressing escape because my... There we go. Okay. So, sine. I don't... Sine of x minus y. No. Sine... What? Sine of what? Maybe sine y equals sine x. Which is just gonna be that x is... This isn't gonna work. I know this isn't gonna work, but I'm doing it because my brain... Oh! Not what I expected, but it makes total sense. Okay. So now... What are you thinking of something, Jeff? I don't know what it is. What am I doing? Google is right there. How to make... Stop it. Make sine wave with a slope. Yeah. A sine bx plus cx. So y equals a sine... I keep pressing page up because I switched my shift key to be page down because shift key doesn't work. Bx plus cx. Add all of these and you get that. That's not exactly what I'm looking for. A is the amplitude, B is the frequency, and C is the... C is the angle. That... Okay. That's not what I want. I don't want that. Oh, wait, no, I'm dumb. I'm not dumb, but okay. Basically, if you consider this to be distance, then that means that all I need the sign to be is the distance from the origin, which is the hypotenuse of a triangle that goes over x up, well, of a right triangle with side lengths of x and y. So that means that. So that means what? I don't know how I would do that. If I. So. Y is sine of the square root of x squared plus y squared or what about this? Just do that. No, y equals that, but that doesn't. If I changed it to be something like z, then I could add z. What does that do? What in the... That's crazy. Not what I was expecting. Okay. So, plus... We add plus x. Right? Change that to y. Yeah. And then you get what I'm thinking of. Which is... sine wave at an angle. Change that to be like b or something so that I can do this, make you just go forever, and then go. Is that warping correctly? Okay, step to, I don't know, you're too slow. The thing is, it's... Why is... So wait. So this works. I'm gonna increase the step to like 1 or something. That does not help. How do I make you just go faster? Like that. 5. There you go. Okay, and you look weird because that's weird. But does that work? Let's try A. Add slider A. So I can increase the frequency of this. No, it looks the same as the other one. Dang. It's not it doesn't... Okay, get rid of the plus X, right? And then you get just normal sine wave. Like that. There has to be. I thought that I would... No, I wouldn't have it because it's more like it's a go-to... Yeah. I just want a sine wave with a slope. I know I've looked for this before. Please, give me anything. Anything at all. I simply want a squiggly line at an angle. Are you referring to sine graph with center line? Yeah. F of x equals x plus sine x. A, T, what is T? Okay, just X, I'll just count them. So, AX minus B sine X, comma, B, what? Yep, for sure. Theoretically. What if I just copy? What if I copy this? Yep. Get all this stinkiness out of here. Change that to be X, because... and add those. Then you get that. And then if you set that to be equal to... what? Plus? Not what I was... you. No. What if I put you inside of an ordered pair? For the love of God, stop pressing page up when you meant to press shift. Like that. Nothing happened. Alright. I need to... Okay. Basically, what we need is a function where when the number is positive, it's multiplied by 1. When the number is negative, it's multiplied by 2. So in that case, what if we do... I don't think that's gonna... that work even? Wait, would that work? Okay, hold on, because if we have... get out of here. You're annoying me. So these two are equal, so that leads to you going to the same place. If this is double, right, then you would go up however much this is, down however much this is, and then down that again, then up. So you'd end up drifting. How brain? I have no clue what... I don't know. It's because... Dude, I actually just don't. So you add... it's just this. Hold on. In 0, this to 2 pi, and then this is sine of n or something. That wouldn't even... if we say change this to be x. Okay, this is what we're getting. Maybe. It might be. This is what we're getting. It's the sum of all things before it, where it's gonna be. And it's doing that. And I don't... if we take this, subtract 1, we get that. So wait, if we switch this to cosine then... wait, I'm confused. What did that even do? Nothing. Which feels wrong. Cosine? No, that is... yeah. So then we can just change the phase, like sine in... what, plus... 1, 2, 3... I need to subtract 1 from this. I think we just... so that means we just subtract 1, and I was being unnecessary. Presumably. So take this -1. Does this work? We don't know. We'll find out just now. I keep forgetting to switch it. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna remember. Okay. Boom. If we emit, what do we get? No. Right. Okay. Did try that already, and that's what happened. Because that's not what we're doing. Subtracting 1 is subtracting 1 from the whole thing. But subtracting 1 from that doesn't work. Why do you do this to me? Okay. Emit. We get that. So you go up, then you go down. They equal out. So maybe we change this to be... Presumably, that might actually work. We just change the starting position to be U minus 1.57 or something. Or, no, wait, that's just not... minus 90? It was that easy. It was that easy. It was minus 90. Look at that go. Ah! It was finally done. It is finally done. Oh my gosh. Oh. Thank you, Mystery. I would have spent hours in Desmos not knowing what to do. Okay. Now, we need to make you not last forever. If you... what? If... touching... what? Touching edge? Then delete this clone, so that you will disappear into the void once you hit the edge, which will happen if it misses the electron. Okay. Oh. Oh, hold on. Pokemon Black and White. Let me just turn this up a little bit. Oh. Oh. But I can't dance in this, but I don't know. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, yes. Okay. I get to the... Sorry. So, now, we need the, right, so we need every electron, once it starts as a clone, to constantly report its location to the list. Okay, make a list. This is electron positions. Right? Yeah, do that. So, item... we can do... Okay. So, we want to do an if. Can't do a greater than or equal to. Greater than or equal. Actually, we can by doing. Can we? Yeah, we'll just do or equal, it's fine. That. Duplicate. Boom. Whoa, I'm lagging. No, I'm fine. Okay, boom. Did I switch it back? Okay, good. I'm sorry, I wasn't sure if I had done something with the dancing. Okay, we're fine. You gotta go over there just for a second. So, if electron number is... that needs to be less than. Or I can switch this over. Like that. Duplicate that. So, if electron number is less than the length of electron positions, or it's equal, then you do this. Okay. Yeah. And we actually might want this to be an if-else, because if that isn't the case, we want to extend the list so that it is. Like that. Okay, get over here. So, else, get rid of this. Insert, or what, add. If it's not, then add thing to it. If it is, then replace item electron number with we need this to be electron X. Yes, because I don't want to have to do a whole thing that has to read it so that I can put it in. So electron X's and another thing, electron Y's. There we go. So duplicate that. I did not mean to do this. Electron Y's with your X and Y position. X position, Y position. Like that. So now with this we should have, this will allow us to keep track of all of the electron clones' positions, because we need to use those positions to find the angle we need to point at them to shoot our photon. So if I do populate, what the heck? Why no? Why does this not work? I would also like to do this with electron Y's. Why does this not work? Because you're waiting until you touch a photon. That's a different thing. I need you to be a separate script. Forever, when I start as a clone, try again. Populate. Boom. Yes. So now we have the positions of all of our electrons. And if I move one, then it does change. Good. And so we can get rid of all those, and then... what am I thinking? I forgot what I was doing. Yes, this. We should also have you populate. I will have you delete all of the list for the sake of delete all of electron X's and electron Y's. That way it resets every time. So if I spawn it with 5, we'll only have 5 position. Oh, I don't know what I just did. Thank you for Control Z. Where am I? Populate. If we change this to repeat 5 times, it should only be 5. That didn't happen. Well, that's because I gotta get rid of the clones that exist. Yes, okay, cool. 10. Boom. Okay. So now, we have what? We have our we have the positions of the X's, we can spawn all the X's, and those what? We have the positions of the electrons, we can spawn those electrons, and those electrons can shoot out light. So now we need to make them shoot out light when they hit a photon, which is okay, so then Pete actually I guess we'll say emit. Yeah, we'll say emit. We'll have emit be one thing and shrink that so I can see more. Okay. So x, y, theta, blah, 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 blah. No, because that shoots it out. Yeah, I'm gonna do, I don't know what we call it. What should we call it? I guess transmit? Sure. Transmit. So transmit is going to repeat for the length of, why are you lagging? Stop whatever you're doing that is causing the lag. Okay. You are going to repeat for the length of electron x's, point and direction. Actually, I guess you don't need to point in the direction. You just need to... Dang. Okay, the only thing is that's working with angles. It's fine. So I need to emit with the angle that would be... Okay, hold on. I gotta remember. It's SOHCAHTOA, right? SOHCAHTOA, we have opposite and adjacent, so that would be tangent. I think tangent of opposite and adjacent. Ow. So we need tangent of... we need a counter. Counter. I guess we should actually... We should make that or like a personal thing, so that they can do multiple counting at once. I don't think they'll need to, but I'd rather just avoid the issue, the simple solution, than deal with not doing that. Tangent of item counter of nope, item counter of electron x's, and the same thing with electron y's. It's opposite over TOA, opposite over adjacent. Like this. So then that, and then you set counter to 0 and change counter by 1. And that should just work. Right? If I say transmit, which I first need clones, obvious. Well, do I need clones? Where are all the clones? They're gone because I deleted them. So if we populate and I transmit, nothing happened. Why? Why did that not happen? Why did nothing happen? It's not even that it went wrong, it just didn't do anything. Tangent of that Is that in radians? That would be the most backwards thing in the world if it was in radians. Tangent of 1/1 should be 45. Which that's not even the radians for 45. So, oh, that's why, because it's not 1/1. It's that. 1/1. Tangent of 1/1 is... That does look like the radians for that. So then I need to change you to be multiplied by 180 and divided by pi. Times 180 divided by pi. Okay, there we go. Let's change it to u. So that will give me 1. Y up 1/1 should be 45. Am I doing that wrong? Tangent of opposite over adjacent. That looks like the thing... okay. What if we set you to 3.15 and 180, like that. Okay, good. That's the wrong thing to do. So I don't know what's wrong. 3.14 15965358. Okay. Oh, I don't. That's 1. That makes no sense. Why is that 1? If this is up 2/1, then what? 2. Well, that's just, you know. Wait, there is a 2? Two, 6, 5, 8, 9. What is... Why? If they're the same, then that's just 1. If they're... What? I don't know what's wrong. Tangent. SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA, opposite hypotenuse. Sine, opposite hypotenuse. Cosine, adjacent hypotenuse. TOA, opposite adjacent. Opposite. Why is it doing this? What is this in? What does this measure in? Radians. I don't think it's radians, because this is times 180 divided by pi, so it shouldn't turn into radians. It has to be degrees, which doesn't make sense. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make sense. Opposite adjacent. I can't tell if I'm... What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? What could I... Okay, what is going on? We're getting 2. Let's try 3. Will I get 3? Let's try 4. Will I get 4? Okay, what the heck is this garbage? This is just giving me... When I do 1, I get that. Which looks like 1 radian. Is that 1 radian degrees? Brother. Okay, back to Desmos really quickly to see how tangent and sine, or degrees and stuff. Sine of 45. Sine of 1. Wait. Tangent of... Wrong one. Of 1. That's not even... Okay, well, that's... What about in degrees? Okay, we get that. Tangent of 1. What is 1 in this context? Like, tangent of 45 is 1. But What is gra? Tangent of 45. Oh, duh, it's arctangent. That's why. Okay. Okay, we're good. It's arctangent. It's the A1. That explains that. Yeah. And now we get 45. Nice. Okay, and then we should just be able to slap that in there. This. X is adjacent, so opposite over adjacent. Y over X. This one. There we go. There you go. And so now when I press transmit, it should do something. It still did nothing. Okay. Why? Why did nothing still happen? Let's stop it. Populate. Oh. Oh! What the? Guys, something is happening! We just watched the photon change through a bunch of electrons. That's kinda cool. But that, oh, right. I should have addressed that issue when I saw it. Okay, so Okay. It's because when we do emit, we teleport the photon to the electron. We want to not do that if it's a clone, so that we don't want to teleport back all the photons that we've already done, or we've already shot out. So I need to make not, or wait, no, equals. We'll just make a clone boolean or something. Clone? Question mark? There we go. For this sprite only. Boom. Okay, so if clone is 0, and we can just say when I start as a clone, set my clone to 1. That way I don't have to try to do whatever gobbledygook. Set clone to 1. There we go. Okay. Now, let's try again. Find it. Oh my goodness. Whoa, okay, that looks really cool though. That's not what's supposed to happen, but it does look very cool. Oh, duh, right, okay. For one, don't know why they all went in the same direction, because that's still an issue, but we do know that... Hold on. You run without screen refresh, friend. Okay. We do know that the position is wrong. This is wrong. We need to change that, because that needs to be the difference between your stuff. What am I thinking? Right, we need to subtract... We need to subtract these from each other, or something. We need to subtract the position of the electron that you're shooting at from your position so that you can find the relative distance and not the absolute distance from 0, 0, because that won't help you if you're not at 0, 0. This. Boom. Boom. Booyah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. I want you to go in here. Thank you. Okay. Try again. Try number, I would guess, about 3 or something. Okay. Transmit. Okay. Same issue, different direction. Why are you not letting me turn these off? Because of that. Okay. We'll change you to be transmit. Like that. So why is that not working? Populate again. Okay. I want you to show and go to 0, 0 so I know where you are. Okay, it's you. Now I do have hypothesis, so I'm putting you over there, and I'm hiding this. No, get. No! Come on. No! Come. Please! Thank you. Okay. So now, if we press transmit again, what happens? The exact same thing. Why? Oh. What the? Oh. Wait, I am confused. I am very confused at what is currently happening. I have no clue what's going on or why it's at 2 FPS. Um, mhm. It's supposed to use it's supposed to find the angle between itself and the electron it's targeting, and then shoot a photon at that angle. But it does not do that for reasons unknown to me. Like, I want it to point at each electron, which is why it's going through all of the electron x's, because each of the clones is, what's it called? Reporting their x and y position. So, by going through all of the x's, you go through all of the clones, and you're supposed to point at it. Yes! It's only supposed to shoot one. I don't know why it's shooting so many. How many is it shooting? Okay, let's stop. Right? I'm gonna try telling it to only make one clone. Okay. Then show and go to 0, 0. So if we go here, it's supposed to go out in a sine wave. Like, so the wave that they're traveling in is correct. It's just the number of photons in that wave is incorrect. And all of them are being shot in the same direction, even though they're supposed to be sent. So if we have one, okay. We do at least know, for one. Okay. We at least know one thing. It sent out multiple photons because it... What? Okay, give me a second. If we go to emit angle, you point in direction angle. This makes no sense. You're supposed to point in direction angle and then do that. Let's try something. Okay, if we have position or point in direction, this is 90. 0 is this, right? Presumably, maybe we need to subtract 90 from this, because mathematically the tangent will give us as if vertical or perfect. Yeah, Scratch says that perfectly vertical is angle 0. But maybe the arctangent is telling us that perfectly vertical is, or perfectly horizontal is 0. So if we subtract 90, or add 90? I guess add 90. If we add 90, we should be able to convert the angle that arctangent... That's not what I wanted. We should be able to convert the angle that arctangent gives us into an angle that Scratch is good with. Like this. So then if we transmit one more time, does that work? It literally... No. Okay, no. I don't know why. 0. But when I say 0, it misses. Yes, it's shooting in this angle for some reason. What the heck? So, your y minus... So what if we swap the position, right? Of these to be your x position first, or your position first. Like this. And then try again. Same direction. I don't know why you're missing. I no comprendo, mi amigo. I don't even know if comprendo is the right word. Maybe it's comprende. I don't know if comprehend is gendered. Okay. Oh, well, no, comprendo would be I comprehend or I understand because they do their things different. So, what are we thinking? Why are you... Yes, because look, the angle that it shoots it at is this. It's like a 45-degree angle, basically, but it should be shooting it to here. What is angle theta? What is angle theta? Electron theta is 30 degrees. That's about 30 degrees, I would say. I'm gonna try subtracting 90. No, okay, 30. 30 degrees. Yeah. 30 degrees. If we look at this, we can figure out what is 30 degrees in this. This is 30 degrees. That's the angle it's shooting at. Which means, how much do we need to change it? What angle should it be shooting at? Okay, I have an idea. So if this is 30 degrees, okay, I get it. It's not just 90 degrees off, it's also clockwise, when it should be counterclockwise. Which means we need to change it to be... Brain. Okay, so we need to change this by subtracting 90, and so subtracting 90 would turn 30 into negative 60, and then invert it to be positive 60. So times negative 1. So minus 90, then times negative 1. Let's try that. Times 90 minus... Or no, minus 90 times negative 1. I will change you to be that. So negative 1 times this minus 90. You go away, and you go there. And maybe that will work. Transmit. Yes! Oh, and it hit it. Oh. Well, that's an interesting... Huh. Okay. Well, I mean, sure. But that worked. If we transmit, it sends you out. Then that hits you, and that causes you to send out. Although, it's weird that the photon hitting you caused the main guy to transmit. That doesn't make sense to me. Why does that happen? You send out the photon. What? Huh. Yeah, why do you transmit? Why does the main guy transmit? And then he only transmits once. Like the second time that it hits him. Like, okay, it sends it out, right? Then it hits him. Then it transmits again. Which doesn't make sense. The only possible reason... Yes, correct. He's only supposed to shoot once. And he's triggered to shoot again once this second electron does transmit again. Maybe maybe it's something to do with clones, but no, I don't think it is, because the weirdest part about it is that when that second photon, like, it sends out this one, right? It sends out this one that hits him. This one goes and then hits him again, but that doesn't trigger him. It only triggers this guy, and that doesn't make sense. The only difference between the first and second time that I see is that this photon right here was previously right next to this. So then, but if you assume that this counts as them touching, then this still shouldn't have shot, because it's not a clone. It's not running this where it waits until it's touching a photon, and once it is, it transmits. Also, create clone photon. What does that do? When I start as a clone. Okay, so then I'm getting rid of this one. Don't do that, because transmit already creates the clone. That should work, right? If we populate, and then you go to 0, 0. Oh, and you need to show like this. And I'm gonna move you over. Actually, no, you're fine right there. Then if I transmit, yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's better, because it shot out 2 instead of this guy shooting out. But it shot out 2 the first time as well, I believe. It shot them out at different angles. That either has to do with it being... That either has to do with it shooting at itself, or something else. I'm gonna try having this photon hide. We'll have you... The clones will show, but this guy will hide. I don't know if hiding makes you not detected when you touch, but I can only hope it does. So if we transmit, you send out a guy, you send out 2 guys still. Okay. So why are you sending out 2 guys now? I'm gonna clean up blocks. Okay. So you... Okay, I have an idea, Oh, it's the same reason that you shoot out 2. The same reason... Well, I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Duh. When you... Okay. I need you to... When you touch a photon, before transmitting, I need you to send out... absorb. Okay, it's because when it hits this, the second photon that it shoots out is the photon that hit it, because it's still teleporting the... It shouldn't be doing that, actually. But I'm gonna see if this works, then. That shouldn't be happening, but either way. What was I thinking? Right, when I receive absorb, I guess we can just say delete this clone, right? Because that means the electron absorbed it, so that should work if we transmit. Yes! Okay. It only sent out one. I don't know why it was sending out two before, but now that we have it working that way, we need to increase this to be 2 clones. So now you have 2 clones. Or that's 3 total, but it doesn't matter. Go to 0, 0. I also show. There you go. Okay, move you over here. And I'm moving it over here because I have a suspicion that when we move it over here, it's no longer going to work because arctangent is stupid and dumb. But we will see. First, transmit. Will you send out 3 independent? No. 2. Oh? Oh! They are interesting. They're just sharing that photon. That's a cool coincidence. Okay. Sure, dude. Do all of these run without screen refresh? Maybe if I change you to not run without screen refresh, it'll lag less. That's interesting. Well, okay. We still have the issue of it doing that. It needs to not do that. Why does it do that? That doesn't make sense. When you transmit, I don't see why it's doing that. Yeah, I don't. I don't know. Why is it missing? It shouldn't be missing. Or not missing, sorry. It's not aiming is what it's doing. When we go into transmit, where's the thing for transmit? You. Oh, that's why, because it doesn't do counter. It doesn't include counter. That's my bad. I just didn't put that in there. Counter. Counter. So now you should shoot one out at everybody. You don't. Why? Why does that not work now? You should totally work. You should be... You're still doing that. Okay. Let's... When I receive... Populate... Yeah, stop. Okay. Yeah, okay. Do that. Are you up here? Yes, okay. And if we send you... Just, I don't know. Oh, and you need to show. I keep forgetting you need to show. Yay! Okay, so... Now, if I have you transmit, will you send out the 2 independent waves? You do! Ah! But when they're... Okay. Thank you for coming. I do need to figure out what's going on. But have a good time. Ugh. Okay. So, that doesn't work. No. That doesn't... When you started the clone, you're supposed to set your clone to 1. How about this? Try that. I keep doing that when I don't need to, and it just causes me to have to go through the process of... Alright, so then, if we transmit, we send out the two independent waves, but for some reason, when you absorb, you go to it despite... Okay. I want you to just forever say your clone status. Or matter of fact, when you start as a clone, do that. So if I say transmit, you both say 1. Oh, duh. Yeah. I need you to... If touching electron. There you go. Okay, now if we transmit, you should be able to go independent of each other. Okay. Oh. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. But that's working, I think. Now we need to do the test of if I put you over here, does it still work? Probably not. We'll see. It does not. Okay. I think we should be able to get around that, though, by... So we take this, and then we need to... Sorry? Okay. So, if the... We need to rotate it by some amount if the... Okay, hold on. So, you get this. Where's the rotation? Rotation, point and direction. Okay, so you are here. Arctangent will only give us this, so you go there. Transmit again. Let me see the angles that you're working with. Okay, so for you, you would need to turn it -90. And for you, you'd need to turn it +90. So presumably that's just X. That just depends on X, because Y doesn't seem to be affected. You are able to send stuff downwards. So we need to just go to you, and we need to add... We need to... What? What do we need to do? X, if X is negative... Yeah. So if we... Well, no, because you needed to add 90. You needed to subtract 90. But both of you had X be 0, so hold on. This is... X is... If X is negative, then subtract 90. If... Okay, you add 90 times if X is negative. Alright, brain, stop trying to word it. You need to join apple contains... What am I doing? Okay, so absolute value. You can get the sign of it by doing the absolute value Yeah, the value, the angle, what angle? X. Okay, the difference in X divided by the absolute value of the difference in X. So, grab this, duplicate, zoom in, and boom. Boom, and that gives us the sign of that, which in this case, -1. So, then if we add what? Is there a max, by the way? That would be great. Inner max. There's not. That's fine. So, we have the sign of it. Then if we subtract 1 and divide it by 2, we subtract 1 and then divide it by 2, that turns +1 into 0 and -1 into -2, but then dividing it by 2 turns that back into -1. So subtract 1, divide by 0, that will allow us to get a 0 if it's positive. That means if it's negative, then we can multiply it by something. So if we take this, multiply 90, yeah, sneeze, boom, like this, -90, okay. So if x is less, then we would subtract 90, but maybe not. I mean, okay, it would be, well, technically, brain, okay, let's say we have a guy down, well, I mean, let's just look at this, right? How far away is this in an angle? It shoots down here, it needs to add 90, or no, it doesn't need to add 90, it needs to flip it, which means multiply it by a negative? Yeah, multiply it by a negative, invert it, so then we can get rid of that. So you flip it if it's -y. I think it's just that if they're both negative, not even, because the y is positive, but the x is negative. Let's see, the y is positive, but the x is negative, and you still shoot off wrong, right? The x being negative causes that. So maybe we just invert it if x is negative. Let's try that. So you multiply that by this, which is good. There. This one. There. Nope. Stop being a jerk. There we go. Put that there. So now do you work? Yes! Kind of. That missed, actually. Not what I meant to do. If we transmit, what happens? You are both a little off. Both a little off. By how much? And does that make sense? Because I inverted it. Okay, let's look at... take this out and replace that with a 1. So if we undo this, we get, you send it, oh, that's a different angle than I thought I was. What if I have you, instead of saying whether you're a clone, say your rotation or your direction? That. So then, you're 27 and you're 124. How far off is 27 from that value that we are actually looking for? Same direction. So 27. So just 27, right? What would be 27 minus 90? 27 minus 90 would be 20 minus 83. 20 minus 83, and 20 minus 83. Actually, no, that's stupid. 27 minus 90 is negative 57. So it is minus 9. It is minus 90, I think. I think you do subtract 90. This is very difficult to brain. So, you swap this out for a minus, let's try this, minus, or I guess, no. So it's this minus 90 times this, which is a 0 if it's positive, and a negative 1 if it's negative. So then, what happens when we do this? Ugh, that hurts my brain. Okay, so that's wrong. Maybe because it's minus 90 and it needs to be a plus, so let's set that to negative 90 instead. Transmit. No. Ah. What's wrong? Wait a second. Oh, that's why, because it's the Y position. I did that wrong. Get you out of here and get you out of here. Duplicate. Duplicate. There. And there. And so now, what happens? Okay. Okay. What about making you a positive 90? Nothing changed. Huh? Huh? Okay, if we change you to be a 180, will that work? No? Why not? Wait, what? Why does that not work? That should work. That's not, in terms of that should do something. That's difference in X position. It's my X position minus your X position. My X position is larger. So then, that, is that what I'm looking for? This is annoying. Sure, do that. Okay, that looks like it's right. I think it is. Nice, and they missed too, so... Okay. Did that work? Did that work? Does this work now? If we do transmit, we'll send out 2, going straight to them. That hits, and that hits. That causes you to send... Okay, so... Okay, we're gonna do a quick test. The only thing we need to change this A. We need to change, or not this one. Where's the transmit guy? This. I need you to not this would be unless I guess just if not. Okay, hold on. If not equals, yeah, because then if this, we'll use X, unless this is your X position, because we don't want that. So this should stop them from shooting at themselves. So now if we transmit, you send out the 2, then both of you should only send out 1. You don't. Which I don't understand why you wouldn't. Why? Why did that not happen? If not, what the heck? Electronics is 2140. If we have you... Question, if I say hello, does this affect all of you? No. Say... What am I thinking? Say what? Say what? Say what? I don't know. I don't know. Say... Oh, right. I want you to say your exposition minus... I want you to say that minus that. And that better not be 0. There better be some small difference that I'm not accounting for. Huh? Okay, wait, yeah, that makes sense. If 21, negative 40. Wait a second. What the heck? That doesn't make sense. We'll try change that to electron number instead of counter. Then maybe that will allow us to see the actual thing. 0. You say 3.38. Which does not make sense. Transmit again. 3.38. Is that because of the lag? Like if I change you to not run without screen refresh, then what happens? Okay. Now you're both saying 0. Which is like, okay. Why in the world? So why are you shooting at yourself, though? Like, okay, let's try this. If the difference between them is not 0, which you've just told me it is, so if this doesn't work, I'm gonna be not okay. Transmit. You send out your 2. You should both send out just 1. Why? Why? Does it mess up when okay, if I send you over here, do you mess up too or something? No, you send out your thing to them. Is this it? That does it. And you both send to each other. I don't understand. Why are you shooting out 2? Why are you shooting out 2? You should not be emitting. This does not make sense. Okay. If not, I'm being... So, if this doesn't work, then I know for sure that it's just weirdness. Electron number. So if this doesn't work, then then something about transmit is making them send out too, and that should not happen. Okay. You only send out 1, which is a problem, but... Did you not stop? It's possible that that's not even making 2, it's just going through it still. Yeah, it is, because it's not touching the thing once that's done. Huh, okay. Hmm. So that's not deleting, because when the electron says absorb, that's annoying. Think. Let me think. How do we solve this? Ideally, you delete yourself as soon as you're touching an electron. But that doesn't work because... yeah. Okay, we can get rid of this now. We don't need that. This is annoying. This is very annoying. We need to find out... What? I don't know. We need to kill the electron we need to kill the photon as soon as it touches the electron. But the issue is that it's not instantaneous. Maybe we can make it instantaneous. Maybe that's what we're looking for. When do you send out absorb? This. Okay. Let's try this. I feel like that's gonna slow it down a lot, and I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm gonna try. Oh, okay. We can have it stop moving if it's touching an electron. So we do this unless, if not, touching electron. If not touching electron. Because that means that if it is, it'll pause, and that way it'll be in contact when absorb is said. Stop it. Transmit. Okay. And that's gonna miss. We need to figure out why. Oh, wait. We know that you're not sending out 2. So then we can actually go back here and get rid of this. Yeah. This. I think. Yes. Yeah. And then transmit. So you send out 2 again? Yes. That hits, and then you send out. What the heck? What the heck, man? What the heck? So, you sent out 2 again? Or did it just not work? You sent out 2. You actively sent out 2. You sent out 1 in the opposite direction. Okay, so then maybe we go back and redo. Okay, well that's not doing anything, which is upsetting. This doesn't... Okay, it's the populate. Populate. Ow! We need you to set your electron number back to 0 after you've created all your clones, because you currently have the electron number of the last electron you placed. So don't do that. And that means that we can go back in here and set, and add this back, the if not, come on, if, sir, this is, boom, boom, final, what? Yeah, okay. If counter is not your electron number, so now this should work after I set electron number to 0, because you won't have done that. There. Transmit. So now you send out your 2. You send out 1. And you send out 1. Yes! Okay! And now, the last thing we need to do is add the change in frequency. Okay. So, that being said, if we go to the transmit, we need to add a variable. Edit. Add an input called frequency. Okay. So we need to get the color of the... Okay. So then actually, we need to change the color of these photons to be this saturated red. Maybe. I'm gonna try just doing red. We just set it to red. I'm gonna see what happens. Because when I think about it, saturation shouldn't matter, right? So if we... I need you to show. Right? You go here. Stop. Oh god. Stop it. Um, color effect. Change color effect by 25. Do you just go through the rainbow? That's the wrong thing. Stop it. Change color effect. You do properly go through the rainbow. So, I need you to... Huh. Okay. Wait. How do we do this? We need to... Touching... We need to find the color... Huh. Okay. So, the plan was to use the color of the photon to tell the frequency of the photon so that the electron that touched it would be able to see what colors it's touching and therefore know the frequency of the... But I'm realizing now that doesn't really work. Yeah, that doesn't really work. In that the color, changing the color is changing the color effect. Changing the color is changing the color effect. And so if we just set this to like forever, change it by like 1 or something, right? And obviously you shift through your colors. One issue is that it circles back. It will eventually reach that again. I don't know. Reset color effect to 0. Change color effect by 360. What does that do? What about 255? That's the issue. I need to set it to 0. I don't know. If we set color effect to 255 to 300, 500, what? 100? About 0. 100, 150, 155, 160, 180, 180, 190. Let's just go 190. Is that the original color or no? I cannot tell. 200. Okay, no, we can assume 200 is the original color. So then we need to figure out the lowest... Okay, so it will have a frequency value. We need to convert that. It has that frequency value has a minimum of 0, but what it would be the maximum even. We could just do maximum of 200 or like a tenth of that, so 2000, so that it's changing. It depends really on the rate of decay then, like how fast we want it to decay. Because, so we're gonna have this. right? Life tells it how old, tells you how old it is. So then it shouldn't really matter because we change color effect by, and I guess it's, well, eh, I don't know. I don't know how fast. I don't know if it should be a linear amount or what. I guess it should be linear. Technically, I'm thinking it should be like a cone, but no. Well, maybe there has to be. It's kind of like uh I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess technically, if we don't change, if we change it in frequency rather than amplitude, then we just need to set a maximum and a minimum, and we can have that decay be linear, whatever. So if we change it by 1, change color effect by 1, every step. No, not every step. Or not 1. How wide is the thing? Because it moves forward at the same speed no matter the frequency, which is cool. But, okay, let's hide you, all of you, because I don't need any of you. And we transmit. That doesn't help me. I assume steps is steps, so stop. Minimum value, negative 280, 240. Is that positive 240 also? So negative 240. But that's not necessarily it, because the y is negative what? 100 to 300. 180. So 180, 240. Except, a little less than that, but whatever. If we switch over to Desmos. Hey, hello Desmos. Hello, Ultra Cheesy Cheese. That is an amazing name. Cheesy or cheese? That's amazing. Love the cheesiest of cheeses. Hi, I'm currently making a simulation in Scratch that is photon transmission, so that we can find out why. Yeah, I will show you. I will show you how I did it. I need to do math very quickly to find out the maximum size. Actually, that can wait. That can wait. Here. Okay. So here's how we're doing it. Right? We have. I'm gonna full screen this for you. Where in the world? Oh, you go to 0, just 2 or something. I don't know. This 0. There we go. Okay. So we've got these two particles. This blue one is an electron, and this red one is a photon. When a photon, or actually, okay, we'll start just from the beginning. When I press this button, it makes a bunch of clones of this. We'll make 10. So if I do this, we get 10 electrons, right? So what I can do is oh, is he hiding? Yes, he is. I need you to show. There we go. This guy. So what we can do, from this guy, we can release a photon. We can release a lot of photons. This takes a second. But it sends out a photon which travels in a wave to all of the other electrons. And then those electrons, if they get hit by that photon, will then send out more photons to the rest of the electrons. You can just write using the I icon under the... Oh! I missed that, but thank you. That will make that a lot faster. This is laggy because, yeah, I'll have to optimize it afterwards. But it's working by, this guy sends out a photon to each of these, which is the same as if it sent out a 3D circle of just light. You know what I mean? Because when an electron shakes, light is an electromagnetic wave, and when an electron shakes, it creates a wave in the electric field, and motion in the electric field causes motion in the magnetic field, which means that the wave that the... Oh, well that's cool. Wait. So, if it's laggy because of the... I will figure that out. But when an electron shakes, it causes a wave in the electric field, and that causes a wave in the magnetic field, and light is electromagnetic waves, so the shaking of an electron releases light. Because, obviously, that's a three-dimensional object creating a wave in three-dimensional space, it's not exactly like this. Okay, stop, because that's just going to go on forever. But it's not exactly like that. But it's effectively the same, because if you look at if you just look at two electrons, and from an angle where they're just right in front of you like a screen, then the wave that travels between them, or the light that travels between them, is basically just a sine wave. Kind of. So, what I'm doing, well, yeah. So how this works is, the electron, when an electron is hit by a photon, it releases a photon to all of the other electrons. And when those electrons are hit, they release photons. I'm currently working on decreasing the amount of energy in the photon so that you can have, energy lost. Because right now, it just goes on forever. But it should eventually all die down because stuff. But that's where we are right now. Sorry. If we go over here, I'm trying to figure out... I forgot what I was trying to figure out. Dang it. What was I doing? The size. Size of what? Size of what? I was trying to figure out a size. Oh, right. I was trying to figure out the size of the screen. That's why. The only one I can think of that goes on for a long... Well, I only have these two. And I don't think either... Okay, this one's set to run without screen refresh. And is this one too? No, this one isn't. Emit... What does emit do? Does emit do anything that would make it last long? The weight, probably. I think the weight is what makes it lag. Because it can't actually run instantly. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. Here you go. The emit. These are my two custom blocks. this emit is the only one that runs without screen refresh, and I think it's lagging because of this wait. It broadcasts that and then waits for this guy's response. So that probably is what is causing the lag. Maybe how would I go about not doing that then? Because I'm having, the only thing I can think of, maybe if I try, let me try turning this off of run without screen refresh. None of this, maybe that works, I have no clue. So let's try it. Populate, and show, go to 0, go to 2, let's go to 78, just go to 78 or something. Yeah, there you go. Move this guy just over here. Transmit. That's so much faster. The only, yeah. Is that just going well? Is that just working? Wow. Look at that. Well, okay. Cool. This project is not shared because this is in the Scratch app, and so it didn't have me log in when I downloaded it. So but I think if I can figure out how to move this onto the Scratch account that I did make for this for my V2, then yes, I will do that. But in the meantime, I need to figure out the size of this screen because it goes negative 240. Hold on, there we go. Okay, so this goes negative 240 to negative 240. So that's a total of 2 times that, 480, and same thing with 180, 360. So it's 360. I just need square root. What? Oh. Square root of 480 squared plus, nope, plus 360 squared. Meh. Oh, nope. Up and then there. That's 600. Thank you. This is a temporary. Oh shoot! I minimized that. I wasn't supposed to do that. There you go. This is a temporary thing that I made because I have my model, but it's not rigged yet. So I'm just this little guy, which is cool. I call him Anton because it kind of sounds like Adam, like very loosely. Okay, so this is a maximum distance of 600, and that means that if this is a maximum distance of 600, I guess we don't necessarily need to accommodate for that. In that case, 360 is what our maximum would be, because that's this distance from this end to that. Yeah. Okay, so let's just say 360. If it is 360, then what? What? Oh, okay. If it's 360, then what? What am I thinking? Okay, so that means we need these photons to lose energy over time. Like as they travel farther away, they lose energy and their frequency decreases. On Twitch, so far, this is my 3rd stream. So the first time I tried to code a 40 cube in Python. Then I realized that I had forgotten how to code in Python after not doing it for like a month or so. So I have to go relearn Python, and then I'll be able to do that. But for that stream, I just switched over to playing Minecraft. And then the stream after that, I played horror games with my friend. And then this stream is this one. So for the most part, my intention is to do different, I guess, not necessarily educational stuff, but stuff that teaches me stuff like this. This is cool coding thing, and it's teaching me why I can't see through walls by teaching me how transmission works with photons. Okay, I need this to decay over time, so that means I need to have frequency. Yeah, we'll just have frequency. Like this. Or did I make an energy thing? I did not. So frequency. Frequency... Oh, that's cool. I could kind of tell because you were helping me out. That's very cool. I will multiply this by frequency. So then, yeah, multiply. Hello, friend. Bing bong. Into there. No! There. There. And then multiply frequency, which obviously frequency is 0. So right now these guys are just moving in a straight line because they have frequency of 0. And then what? What am I thinking? I have no clue. Oh, right, I need to have you... that means I need emit. I need to add a value to emit because energy matters. Energy? Wait, no, I did add... So then... No, I don't need to do that. Yes, I have... I have heard of Deltarune and I have heard Bergen Truck. That... Sorry, hold on. I love Undertale. I love Undertale, I love Deltarune. Very cool. I'm excited for Chapter 6. Or was it Chapter 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Yeah, 5. It's 5. Chapter 4. 5! Jesus. I'm excited for Chapter 5. Yes! How appropriate! Let's see. I need to... Oh, I need to do this. When I start as a clone... And then I guess set frequency to energy. Nope, stop it. Set frequency to electron energy, or lambda, whatever. There we go. Okay. And now there's that. That's awesome. That's very cool. I remember once, a while ago, I made like a... I made kind of a Sans fight simulation thing or whatever. It was different in terms of the moves themselves were different, but it was very much inspired by Sans Undertale. And it also had Gaster Blasters, so, you know. What am I thinking? I need it. You have the energy. Thank you. I know. I'm so eloquent. I have no... Okay, when you're touching a photon, broadcast absorb. Right, and so you set your energy to be equal to their color. Right. So then you need to set the color frequency. So by decreasing frequency by... Would it be 360 over 200? Or 200 over 360? 200 over 360, I think. Yeah. So change... let me see. Change frequency by Oh, so like, so do you play as the Roaring Knight? Like, or I guess not necessarily play, but like, are you the one making the attacks happen? I need to divide this. 200 over 360. Like that. So, do that. Yeah. Ugh. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, frequency is probably not a local value. Um, as the soul and night. Oh, that's interesting. I get that because it's a test. That is cool. And I'm saying that slowly because I'm trying not to stutter. Yeah, I need to change this because I need to change this because yeah. I need to make it a local variable. Frequency. Nope, that wasn't typed at all. Please, for the love of God. Um, oh. No, you're totally fine. Um, why is it not letting me type? I'm literally pressing buttons and nothing is happening. Okay, well that's concerning. Uh, what am I thinking? If you, if you'd like, I can. Usually I spend the last, I'll say it's 30 minutes of the stream playing Minecraft. And I say that because I did that twice-ish. Actually, well, I guess the first stream, I did that the entire stream. But then the last stream, I spent the last couple minutes playing Minecraft. So I can, if you would like, I can play your test thing and be the Soul and the Roaring Knight and see how cool it is. Please allow me to type. It won't allow me to type, and I don't know why. This is alarming. Why does it not work? What is wrong? Okay, yes. So I end stream at 6, so in about 10 minutes, 10, 11 minutes. Why are you stopping me from doing the thing that I want to do? If I make a variable, it doesn't work. What the heck? Okay, it's not letting me... I have no clue what to do about this information. What if I make a variable here? Still no. What is wrong? What is happening? Um, This is alarming. I want to create a variable, it's not letting me create a variable, and that's a problem because I need to create a variable. Oh, it's just not letting me type in general. That's whack. Edit. File. Save. I'm gonna save this. And then try reloading it. What is this? Wait, this is... New. Folder. Scratch. Brother, I'm going to hiccup. It's not going away. I have the hiccups and I don't know why. Okay, so that's that saved. I'm going to try closing and reopening Scratch. I'm gonna say leave. And then we open up Scratch again. Little sign. You start it. So wait. That's cool. That's sick, actually. That's so cool. Oh, scratches. There we go. That's a lot. There we go. That is awesome. That's sick, actually. That's so cool. The fact you're like ahead of the thing because that's so cool. That is actually sick. Boom. Boom. Do you work? Yes. So, so now if we do this, can I make frequency variable? Yes. Frequency. That's not how you spell that at all. Quincy. Why does that look wrong to me now? I'm assuming it's right. Okay. Now, you go over to the movement. You change... No, not clone. Thank you! That's sick. I keep saying that's sick. I'm saying a lot of things are sick. I hope I'm not sick. I'm not sick. That's... Okay. Thank you so much. I am... I don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing. It's 200 divided by 360 is what I'm doing. And then I need to change... What? I needed to... Yeah, yes. There. Words. Come out of my mouth, please. I need to do that and then change... I needed to make it frequency like this. There were 3 instances of frequency. I'm trying to figure out what the other one was. Frequency. You set your frequency... At some point you set frequency to... that. I think that's at a different thing. It's this. Yeah. Set frequency to electron frequency. So now, or is that lambda? That's lambda, so it is frequency instead of gamma, which would be energy, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what gamma would be. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. What am I doing? What am I doing? I keep losing track. It's kind of weird that I lose track so easily. Do I lose track, or maybe I'm just exaggerating how much I'm not real? No, no, because I do. It's like I know what I'm doing, but I don't necessarily know what to do. In terms of I have a plan, I have to remember what the plan is, not necessarily what I'm doing. Okay, good brain, good job on that one. I need to populate 10. Good enough. Then you show and go to 0. Show and go to positive 84. Up here. Okay. Hey, buddy. I need you to transmit, and we see what happens. So now they're doing their waves. That's interesting. Is that a plus or a multiply? Oh, that's why, because that's increasing. That's supposed to be decreasing. Boop. But then at the same time, extremely cool sign. Sometimes, oh, that's cool. That's very nice of you. Brain, what are you doing? What are you doing, Brain? What are you doing, Brain? What are you doing, Brain? Brain Hanson, Brain, what? Who is Brain Hanson? Is that supposed to be Brian Hanson? I don't know a Brian Hanson. Is that a celebrity? It might be multiple celebrities combined into a singular name. Either way, I need to... This is frequency times that. Um... Hmm... Maybe I don't need to be doing it like that, I need to do... I mean, that's awesome. Working with your passions is the best thing to do. I'm going to go to Desmos because I need to figure out... Okay, because I don't think moving it down linearly is a good idea because it can go negative, and I don't want it to go negative. I want it to approach 0. So what I need to do... First of all, brain tells me sigmoid because that's cool. So if we do... If I remember, sigmoid is something like 1 over e to the... like x something? X minus 1? No? Or is it 1 minus e to the x? Negative x? Or negative x plus 1? And then change that to a plus, maybe? Yes! Oh, the fact that I was able to remember that is sick. Okay. So, I need to change this to... what, a minus? Or do I change that to... have that be a plus, but make that positive? Yes, okay. And then I need it to go from... what? Oh gosh, I zoomed in the wrong way. There we go, I'm supposed to use these buttons. Okay. So, I need to change this to go from a maximum of 1 down to a minimum of that, which means I need to... what? Is that... presumably that is... subtracting 1 from this, but subtracting 2? I guess no, it starts at a... it goes from... it approaches both, so there's no real value that'll get me as... what? At 1. What about E? What is this? 3, 4, 5... yeah, it's not gonna get all the way to 1. So I think I'll instead try to go for the beginning of the curve. 3... actually, it might be E. I think E is the beginning of the curve. It is not the beginning of the curve. It's never going to be the beginning of the curve, because again, that curve starts all the way. So I just kind of have to pick one that is good enough for me. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is good enough. I like 4. So that means, and then I want to extend this. How? How do I do that? I want to extend this to go all the way out. What about 2x? Okay, yeah. So then I need to presumably divide this by 360. Or maybe x by 360? So that when you go over to 360, maybe that's not right. What number is... oh wait, no, divide that by 1. Minimum 1. Right, go home. Okay. So at that, about 8 is where it reaches effectively 0. Where that's 1/100th. Let me think. So if I double that, if I divide x by 2, does that suddenly become 16? About, probably. I think so. Set that back to 1. Yeah, that's 16. So then I want at 360 for it to be basically 0. So then that means I want 360 over 8, which is 45. So if I divide this by 45, then I should... actually, what I'm going to do is compress my visions instead of... so this will go from 0 to... say 380. That's a y value. That's not what I want. We'll go -1 to 2, and then where's the x? U. 0 to 380. Maybe seems kind of closer to 400 if I'm being honest. 0. 400. Don't worry, I won't harm you so long as you can tell me the quadratic formula. Okay, that's sure, good enough. Okay, x over 45. So I need to do this, but in Scratch, which is 1 divided by... Hold on. So that's, sir, could you just pause for a second? Thank you. So that's 1 divided by 1 plus e to the o, I'm realizing. Quadratic formula, I'll be real, I don't remember. Oh, okay. Yeah, that, interesting. How did you type plus and minus like that? That's really interesting. I don't remember that being on a normal keyboard. Okay. E to the, nice, x divided by 45 plus 1 plus 4 minus 4. Negative or positive? Positive because it goes down, yes. X minus 4 x, oh wait, no, yeah, x isn't a thing. It needs to be frequency or life? I don't know. I guess you do frequency. There's a special input. Oh, that's cool. I do know you can, if on a keyboard, you can press Windows period to get extra stuff. So, okay. I guess since you know that, I can trust that you did type those. So, good for you. Good for you. We will be watching you. Alt plus the number of what symbol you want to put. I'm going to try that. Alt 1. I got a notification sound. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna go back to coding. I'm evidently not good at typing different characters. Anyway, we have that. So then, okay. Frequency. What if we multiply this by sine? If we say, oh, are you still looking at Desmos? You totally are. I was over in Scratch, but that's fine because I'm back in Desmos. If we say f of x is this, then if we get the f of sine x, let's decrease that and that and change. Is that really? Oh, no. I'm wanting f of x times sine x. That makes sense. I need to change my vision to be 0. Or actually, I just need to change it to be normal, so press the home button. And there you go. Why is that happening? Why is it all the way out here? F of x times sine x. What about just sine x? Do we get normal... Why does it look like that? Oh, because it's in radian mode, isn't it? Or degrees mode. Yeah, you do that, and then multiply by f of x. That... Maybe then we multiply that by that over 45 minus 4. And then if we... So then if we go over, it will slowly get... But that's amplitude, though. So I want sine f of x. Like that. Because then you get that. But then as you go farther, the frequency decreases. What? What happened here? Oh. Someone made Minecraft on Desmos. I think I saw that. I don't remember. I know there was a period where I saw a bunch of videos of people making different, like, games and stuff in Desmos, and that's insane to me, bro. It's genuinely wild. Oh, there you go. That's where you get what I'm looking for. Oh, yes. Versus Susie. Let me see. If we do over to Scratch. Oh, it's 5:39. So I'm going to pause this. I guess, yeah, that works. We'll just do this. But no, I don't want to I guess I do that times life, actually, not frequency. So then you do change that by, or do you set it to? That's a good question, me. Do you change it by or set it to? Set frequency to... Set frequency... Ha! Dude, Toby Fox is a musical genius. And apparently a gaming genius too, because both Undertale and Deltarune are kind of peak. So... I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to have frequency decay over time. So then... Maybe I just set... Okay, in that case, I'm gonna try... No, because then that doesn't work, because that... I need... What if I... Okay, let's do... Set energy... Electron energy, is that personal? It's not. It needs to be, though. So I need to... delete electron energy. How many uses of it are there? Apparently none. It didn't even ask me if I wanted to... Okay. Electron... Put this... If you would be so kind, could you tell me the link of Timmy Chang? Yes. Oh yeah. I remember seeing that. I don't know if I don't know who animated it, but I did see that. It was the annoying dog with the broom behind him, and he was just going, "I'm old," and that's it. That's very funny. Set Oh, that's why it's not, because it needs to be global. I need to undo that, undo that, undo that. There you go. Because that does need to be global. Which means that frequency you set to that. Frequency... the link to your Scratch project. Because that would be cool. It's time to do that, because I end stream in about 20 minutes. Let's see. Oh, hey. What? Bro. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to... let me think. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to... Yeah, I don't know how to do this. It's because I need to set frequency... I need to decrease frequency by less. So maybe... Yeah, I don't really know. I feel like... I guess this is the best I can do, really. I can't even do that kind of thing. It'll just have to be able to go negative, which is not what I don't want it to be able to go negative. I want to... Maybe, okay. We multiply it. So instead of changing frequency by, you set frequency to... Hey, get out of here. Set frequency to frequency that's... I haven't thought of... Ba-ba-dum. Ba-mum. 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 Ba-dum. Ah, I was not paying attention enough to the music to know where we were, so now I'm embarrassed. Anyway. Set frequency to... Am I still in Dutch? Okay, no, you guys are seeing correctly. That's good, that's good. Set frequency to frequency times... What? Matter of fact, the link got some... Oh! Yes, okay. How about this? What is your username on Scratch and the name of the project so that I can just find it myself and then do that? I guess Twitch stops you from sending links. That might be a setting that I can disable, but I don't know where. Frequency divided by... Okay. Alright. We're gonna switch over. Transition to the gaming perspective. Let's see. I gotta change this game. It'll be game again. And we do this. There we go. And I will scale that so that you can see that properly. Okay. Here we go. Scratch. Oh, that's the wrong button. This one. Snow 787X. Oh, it isn't? Oh, it's... Oh, right. I forgot the transition. There you go. Hollow Knight. Which one? Devil's Attack, Recast Testing. Dude, you do a lot of cool stuff, apparently. Let's see. Spring Knight. Let's see. Roaring... Oh, there you are. Roaring Knight Attack. Jesus. Boom. Boom. Oh, what? Hello. Okay. No, wait until the knight is done with their intro animation to use abilities. Keybinds. One for the X slash asterisk slash. 2 for dagger attack. 3 for sword tunnel. 4 for flurry flashes, or flurry slashes. 5 for ultimate, WASD to move soul, and space to hide all GUI. Okay. Roaring Knight assets plus Black Knife OST all belongs to Toby Fox. Very early in development. It would mean a lot if you don't steal this. Okay. And I will figure this too, because this is cool. Oh, it's got sound effects. This is insane. Oh my god. This is bad. Okay. Oh, what the? Ah! I'm not. Okay. Okay. I'm going to second this because I. Okay, okay, okay. Ah! Okay. Okay. I'm okay. Oh no! Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, I'm so dead. I'm so dead right now. What in the... Oh my, What? Oh, I don't remember this! This is insane. This is insane. What? What's that? Oh! Oh, okay, I remember this. Ow, ow. I remember this. Okay. I don't know when it's gonna reverse. Okay, here we go. Oh, no! Okay. What the? Okay. Oh my goodness. And then they explode, right? This is insane. This is crazy. Oh shoot, I forgot what it was. Okay. This is okay. It's fine. Ow. 4, what's 4? Oh, okay. Oh, what the? Ah! I am so absolutely dead. Okay. I'm gonna do that again. Murdered locally. What's 6? I think 5. Okay. One more time. Press the space button on the bottom right. Press space. Oh, that's... Okay. Dude, I don't know how my feelings I keep forgetting my buttons do what, and so I'm surprising myself. Jesus. This is crazy. 5 for ultimate. Okay. I think 5 was the one where he absorbed all the stuff, shot it back out, and then they exploded. Dude, oh my god. I do not have the skills. When I clicked on your profile, it was the first one listed in your shared projects. This is crazy. Okay. This is... Bro. Oh, how do I... Dude. No, it's not. Oh, I did not see that. Okay. Yeah. This is sick. This is unbelievably high. Okay. And I can do that. And then, okay. I'm gonna do 4 again. One more time. I gotta see if I can do this. Oh, other way. Other way. I was going the wrong way attack. Oh! I'm doing actually decent. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, what the? Okay. Okay. Well, I'm totally, yeah, I did that. Fine. 8 has been consumed swords. Two. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I can't tell which one it is. I'm gonna turn both of them down because I don't know which one is which. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do 5 again. Oh, okay. I have... Okay. Frankly, I'm doing better than I thought I would. I'm doing a lot better than I thought I would. I say that while getting destroyed. Okay, out. Way. Up, down, forward. Okay, back, up, nope. And then they explode. Oh, yikes! Ah, I got hit by some. Oh, this is sick. I love this. I love this so much. I pressed the same button. I did. Okay. I did not entirely mean to do that, but that's fine. Oh, what? Oh my god, you cannot see me, but I am bouncing. I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay, we're okay, we're fine. Yep, we're fine. Look at that, look at the finesse. Whoop. Hey, okay, I just ran into, I don't know how many of them. Here we go. Oh, okay. Oh my god, I actually didn't get hit by that. Oh, what's this circle? This something in the middle. Also, what is hitbox visibility? Oh, it's a range. Let's see what that means. Ow, that's my fault. I ran into the circle. I keep running into the circle. Okay. Yep. Ow. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh, I see! I understand it. I understand. That's very cool. Okay. Ah, you know what? I didn't anticipate that. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to force myself to pause it so I can look inside because the music is really good. Okay. Well, okay. Okay. Where are we? Okay. I need to So you have the Roaring Knight. Presumably this guy's Whoa, what? What is all of this? Okay. Flurry cuts. This is all of his costumes. This is him going through all of his costumes and changing position. Okay. This is tween to position and tween? What does tween mean? What is the tween? Oh, I guess that's also a value. Smooth. This is crazy. Okay. So this is all the animation. That's sick. The floating sound toggle. Okay. Was where final end. Go to final end as in final front flourish. So then you go through all the costumes. And then you broadcast final end, and that sends you to the front. Okay. Then there's... Okay. What's this? Start animation? Is that start animation or start animation? As like, is it starting an animation or is it the start animation? This is... Wait for 2 seconds, and then... Okay, this is starting the animation. Oh yeah, I see that. All of the attacks are in one sprite. Which is crazy. What are the costumes in this thing? It has all of the... That's... wild. Okay. Start animation at the start of after intro. After intro animation. Okay, so that's like is that this going on? Okay, stop it. Smooth direction towards sprite. Oh, okay. Point towards... That's just moving up and down. Okay, yeah. Smooth direction towards sprite. Point towards sprite. Point towards does... Yeah. Okay. Okay. This... So this is all the... This is the attacks. This is the attacks. So you have... Point towards sprite, which... Smooth is used in the final moments of his third attack, which is... Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because the swords all point at you. Okay. This is sword attack. X, Y, and direction. This is go to heart, change Y by X times 1.2, point in direction, dagger cut. So the daggers, I assume this is the ones that like they spawn and then they slash at you. Yeah, it's these things. And then dagger cut is this, yeah, it's the slash. Whoa. Thank you. Okay. So, that's cool. Okay, and then you run Sword Attack 2, which is right here. So, okay, and then if the dagger will move until it goes to the edge, and switches to dagger fade, and fades away. Or repeat until touching edge, and then it deletes it. Okay. Separated the custom blocks. Sword Attack 2 is running without screen refresh. That's smart. Okay. That's very smart. What's going on here? It is 6, so I'm gonna have to go soon, but I wanna... What is this? Sword Tunnel? Okay, Sword Tunnel hitbox. Right, so you have a... Okay. How do you... Show... Go to front layer. Ghost effect 100 minus hitbox visibility. That makes sense, because it shows more as you... What's that? Set Sword Tunnel ID to global, and then TP edge minus 2 steps, 10 extra. What does this mean? Set exponential speed to 4, and Sword Tunnel end. Set exponential. If it's X, then set exponential speed to that times 1.2, and then move exponential speed steps. Sword Tunnel ID is just used for making them delete individually. Okay. I will continue reading the rest of this because this all seems very cool and I want to understand how it works. But I must go now because it is 6:03. And that is my 4-hour stream. I hope you have a wonderful day. Where's my guy? Hello. If you'd like to come back, I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, zoom out, by the way, to see all the code really quick. Oh, okay. Boom. Oh, it does not stop. This is insane. Thank you. I hope to see you again. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays from 2 EST to 2 p.m. EST to 6 p.m. EST. And that's it. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Have a great day. Bye-bye.